Someone's got a very technical question, is why can't garbled circuits be reused? Well, a garbled circuit is an encryption of a circuit. It takes the function that's in computing a circuit, so for example a bunch of AND gates or OR gates, and encrypts those gates. But what actually is happening is it encrypts them using essentially a one-time pad. So the wires that are coming in are essentially one-time pad encryptions of the 0 signal and the 1 signal, and because it's a one-time pad, it can only be used once. This is a major disadvantage of using garbled circuits because it means every time you want to compute something, you have to do everything all over again. Someone's been reading the press recently and wants to know about quantum safe cryptography. So you first got to understand, what does quantum mean? So if there's this idea of a quantum computer, which a number of countries are trying to build prototypes at the moment. If someone built a quantum computer, then it would break all the hard mathematics, which is the foundation of cryptography. In that situation, all of the cryptography we use to secure the internet would suddenly be broken. So what we're looking for are algorithms which are quantum safe, or what we call post-quantum cryptography. Cryptography for post when a quantum computer comes along. And these are cryptographic systems that are built not on the difficulty of factoring large numbers into primes, but often into more geometric problems. They are trying to find short vectors in what are called lattices, which is a more geometric problem, or finding pre-images of functions called hash functions, which are very complicated functions, mathematical functions. So that people are addressing the threat of a quantum computer coming around, but we have ideas about how to address this using different types of mathematical techniques than just relying on prime numbers. We often get called as cryptographers into political debates. There was a period in the 1990s called the first crypto wars, where the US government tried to stop the cryptography that was being used on the internet from leaving the US. Eventually, the cryptography community won, and the US government gave up, and so did other governments, gave up trying to control commercial use of cryptography. And now what we're seeing is what's called the second crypto wars, where governments are trying to put backdoors into encryption algorithms. They're not happy with their populace being able to communicate securely with each other. So what they would like to do is they'd like to put a backdoor in so that they could listen in on the populace's conversations. Now, whilst this might be very good at catching criminals or catching terrorists, as soon as you put a backdoor in, the information about the backdoor gets out. So all that will happen eventually, and cryptographers know this because we've seen it over time, is that the bad guys will get access to the information, and the really bad guys won't be using the controlled cryptography with the backdoors anyway. So all that will happen with backdoors is that the population's security will be weakened and criminals will have a field day.